Hello and welcome to Business Standard Views of the Week. What's the single most important thing the government can do to boost the economy? Will Ambani, Adani, and the Tatas be friends or enemies? What are the missing elements in India's growth story? Subscribe to Business Standard and read this week's top opinion pieces to find out. We start off with some advice for the government on managing the post-COVID economy. Nitin Desai's latest column reveals the principal means for reviving the COVID-hit economy over the next few months. While providing a solid policy prescription, Desai also narrows things down to the single most important thing the government must do under the present circumstances. Staying on with the theme of what the government and policymakers should do, have the RBI and the government failed in doing their duty on the inflation front? And if so, then how? A.K. Bhattacharya's latest column answers these questions and reveals what the powers that be must do is indeed entering into another phase of high inflation. Next, we shift gears to analyze the big plans of India Inc.'s big boys. Are India's largest business groups destined to be fierce rivals, or is the clean energy sector big enough for all of them? With Reliance Industries recently making its mega green ambitions known, Shailesh Doble's latest column explores whether Ambani, Adani, and the Tatas will be friends or enemies. It also analyzes how Reliance's plans could impact India's dependency on China in the renewable sector. On the topic of China and India's relations with the dragon, India appears to be inching closer and closer to its worst-case security contingency, a two-front confrontation with both China and Pakistan. Consequently, there's a renewed urgency in the need to modernize the country's military. The problem, as always, is money. In his latest column, Ajay Shukla suggests ways, some perhaps novel, for boosting the military's capital budget. Next, we have an incisive piece on the gaps in the India growth story. What do the likes of China, the US, France, and Germany have that India doesn't? What's missing in India Inc.'s makeup? In his latest column, T.N. Nayanan uses the stock market and its revelations to answer these questions. Sticking with the topic of what India's economy needs, the government on Monday unveiled a Rs 6.3 trillion package to spur growth and combat the disruption created by the pandemic. Business Standard analyzes what these relief measures can do and can't do for the economy. It also highlights the one thing that will ensure a durable economic revival. Moving on, we bring you a column on how the opposition can mount a credible challenge against the BJP. How do you win an election in India? Clearly, Modi and his BJP know the answer, but their opponents just can't seem to hit the nail on the head. Using the findings of the latest Pew Research survey on Indians and religiosity, Shekhar Gupta schools the opposition on what message to send to voters and in which language. We bring this episode of Business Standard Views of the Week to a close with an edit on how to take the GST forward. It's been 4 years since the launch of the Goods and Services Tax. Some distance has been covered, but a lot remains to be done. Business Standard guides policymakers on how to improve upon one of the most significant reforms in recent decades. Find the links to these columns and editorials in the video description below. For more insights and analysis in the world of business, finance, and politics, subscribe to this channel and click on the bell icon.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.